I think that Catholic intellectual tradition is best understood as a centuries-long and ongoing conversation about the biggest questions that people can ask. Questions about where do we come from, where are we going, what is truth, what can we know, what gives life meaning, what's a good life, what's it like for us to live in a good community. The tradition encourages asking those questions and following those questions wherever they lead, and being open to all the different sources of truth that might inform those questions. So the conversation involves both faith and reason, and openness to the insights of both faith and reason. And I think that's a real virtue of the tradition, that openness to the widest possible horizons. What I'm doing in the law is connected to what somebody else is doing in philosophy or theology or history, and it's important for all of us to be in conversation. So in the law, for example, ultimately there are questions about what it is to be a human person and what is justice. And those are questions that aren't answered simply from within the law, but we need to have insights from the long tradition of reflection on what it is to be a human person that comes out of the faith tradition, but also insights that come from philosophy and other traditions and what we learn in the social sciences, all those things working together. And I think that's one of the great gifts of the tradition, is the encouragement of that integration and continual search for wholeness. I often try to talk to my students about the question of who are they becoming as they study the law? Who are they becoming as they engage in the law? And who do they want to become as lawyers? And how do they want to shape the world through their life as lawyers? And I think that set of questions is one way of thinking about how the Catholic intellectual tradition can engage all of us in whatever it is that we're doing. How am I being changed by the questions that I'm asking in my research? How does the teaching that I'm doing affect my students and affect me? How does the way I interact with the people in my office help to shape a culture or help to shape the world of that office? Asking those questions and being open to those big questions of where does it all lead and how does it all fit together is one way to think about engaging the Catholic intellectual tradition in one's life.